Here is UME 1985 question number 2. We are told the sum of money was invested at 8% per annum simple interest. If after 4 years the money amounts to 330 naira, find the amount originally invested. Now, to go about this question, first thing first, we need to know that amount is your principal plus your interest. And we call that since we are looking for the amount originally invested, the amount originally invested is the principal. So um, we need to get P. If A equal to P plus interest, and recall that interest is PRT over 100. So it implies that from here we can make P the subject formula. If I now have A equal to P bracket 1 plus RT over 100, I have this. If I let me substitute before making P the subject formula. We are told that it amounts to A. Okay, we still have A equal to this P bracket 1 plus the rate of interest. The rate of interest is 8 times the time, 4 years, all over 100. I have that. So I will continue here. Let me demarcate this place. A will be equal to P bracket 1 plus 8 times 4, that is 32, all divided by 100. I have this. Then I have A equal to P bracket 1 plus 32 divided by 100, that is 0.32. I have that. Then I will have A equal to P bracket 1 plus 0.32, that would be 1.32. This. So if I make P the subject formula, P will be equal to A over 1.32. And we've been told that the amount is 330. So 330 divided by 1.32. What would that result to? So let me get my calculator here. 330 divided by 1.32. So that will result to 250. It therefore implies that our principal is 250 naira, which is option E. Now for the other question, which is question number 9 of 1986, you are told Udo deposited 150 in the bank. At the end of 5 years, the simple interest on the principal was, this is 55 naira of 5,500, not quite sure, but it seems to me that it's 55 naira. So at what rate per annum was the interest paid? Okay, so here we know that interest is PRT over 100. If I were to make out the subject formula, R will be equal to 100I over PT. So if we substitute in here, we have 100 times the interest. The interest is, okay, based on what I see, 5500, all divided by P, the principal, that's the amount deposited. That will be 150, 100, okay, 15, okay, that is 15, that's 15,000, 15,000, 15,000, based on what I can see, times the time at the end of 5 years, so times 5. If I compute all this together, I will have, okay, let me do this. 2 zeros will cancel 2 zeros, 1 0 will cancel 1 0 here, and we will be having 5 in here, 1, 5 in here will be 1 1 0. Then we will now be having 110 divided by 15. So 110 divided by 15, let me see what this will be. 110 divided by 15. that will be 7.33. That will be 7.33%, which is option B. So for question number 44, we are told an open rectangular box externally measured 4 meters by 3 meters by 4 meters. Find the total cost of painting the box externally if it costs 2 naira to paint 1 square meter. Therefore, if I were to get this, it therefore implies that we just need to look for the total surface area, except that it's an open rectangular box. Therefore, we're going to leave the top open. We're going to leave the top out in the calculation. What is the total surface area? The total surface area for a box, a cuboid, because it's a cuboid, is 2 brackets LB plus LH plus BH. This is the formula. But recall that since the top is going to be left open, that means since the top is left open rather, that means the length and one of the length and the breadth will be off. One of the length and the breadth will be off. If I expand this, normally I will have, so that means I'm meant to have 2 brackets LH plus BH then plus 1 of LB. That's what I'm meant to have. So I'll have 2 brackets. The length is 4 times the height. The height is 4. Then plus the breadth. The breadth is 3 times the height. The height is 4 plus the length is 4 times the breadth. The breadth is 3. I'm taking the normal convention of length, breadth, and height. Therefore, I will be having 2 brackets 16 plus 12 plus 12. Then I will be having 2 brackets. This will be 28 plus 12, and this will be 56 plus 12. Then this will be 68. So that will be 68 squared meter. So if it's 68 squared meter, and we are told that 1 squared meter is 2 naira, so that will be times 2 naira times 2, that will be 136 naira, which is option C. Now for the other one, let's see right here. For the other one is question number 7 of that same year. We are told 2 brothers invested a total of 5,000 naira on a farm project. The farm yield was sold for 15,000 naira at the end of the season. Now the yield there represents, of course, represent the interest. If the profit was shared in the ratio 2 to 3, what is the difference in the amount of profit received by the brother? Now, since they invested a total of 5,000 naira and the farm yield was sold for 15,000 naira. Okay, I guess I didn't even have to mention interest here. So it's pretty much like you're saying the cost price, the amount they bought something is 5,000 naira and they sold it for 15,000 naira. So that means the profit they will make will be 10,000 naira. So it implies that the profit they made here is 10,000 naira. They made a profit of 10,000 naira. Now this profit was now shared in the ratio of 2 to 3. So how do we now get the actual profit that this guy get? So to get the actual profit that this guy, let's call this guy A, the other guy B, the actual profit that A got, that would be 2 over, if we make it to be a fraction, 2 over the sum of these 2 over 5 times the total that they shared. They shared 10,000 naira. So that would be 5 in here is 1, 5 in here is going to be 2,000. So 2,000 times that would be 4,000. So it means that this guy shared 4,000. That implies that the other guy is going to have 6,000. So if the other guy B is making 6,000, the other guy is making 6,000 naira. 6,000 minus 4,000, that would be 2,000 naira. That would be the difference, which is option A. Now here we are told Peter weekly wages are 20 naira for the first 20 weeks and 36 naira for the next 24 weeks. We are told find his average weekly wage for the remaining 8 weeks of the year. If his average weekly wage for the whole year is 30 naira. Now, first thing we need to put in mind is that for you to get his average weekly wage for the whole year will mean the total wage. The total wages rather, all divided by the number of weeks. Number of weeks. Now, in a year, how many weeks do we have? We've got 52 weeks in a year. Now, how do we figure out the total wages? First thing first, we're told that Peter weekly wages 20 naira for the first 20 weeks. So for the first 20 weeks, his total wages is going to be 20 times 20, which will be 400 naira. That's for the first 20 weeks. Now 36 naira for the next 24 weeks. For the next 24 weeks, we will be having 36 times 24. 36 times 24, that will be 864 naira for that. 864 naira. Now, the next one is now if find his average weekly wages for the remaining 8 weeks of the year. Now, for the remaining 8 weeks of the year, how do we figure that out? Do we know the amount he's having? We don't know. We don't know the amount he collected. So let's call that amount X. Then X times how many weeks for 8 weeks? That would be 8x. 8x naira will give you the total wages for the whole 8 weeks. Therefore, if I now apply this formula, A equal to this, the total amount or the total average weekly wages for the whole year is going to be total wages, the sum of all these guys here. The sum of all these guys are 400 plus 864 plus 8x, all divided by the number of weeks in a year, which will be 52. And what is his average weekly wage? His average weekly wage for the whole year is 30. So we will be having 30 equal to 400 plus 864. 400 will be having 400 plus 864 plus 8x over 52. So all we have to do is to make 8x the subject formula. So I have this guy. If I cross multiply, I'll have 30 times 52 equal to 400 plus that will be 4612 plus 8x. So 30 times 52. 30 times 52, that will be 1560 equal to 1264 plus 8x. So if I make 8x the subject formula, that will be 1560 minus 1264, and that will be 8x equal to 296. That will be that. Now if I make x the subject formula, x will be 296 divided by 8. 296 divided by 8, that should result to 18 here. That is 3, then 18 here, that will be 7. Yes, so that will be 37. So it implies that his is average weekly wage for the remaining 8 weeks is option A, 37. Let's move over to the next question. The next question is a man invests a sum of money at 4% per annum simple interest. After 3 years, the principal amounts to 7,000. Find the sum invested. Now the sum invested is the principal. The principal has amounted to 7,000 naira. So if I were to look for the principal, remember that A equal to P plus interest, and interest is PRT over 100. If we make P the subject, if we factorize P, rather, P will be 1 plus RT over 100. So we have that. Now A will be equal to P bracket 1 plus the rate is 4 times 3 over 100. Then A will be equal to P bracket 1 plus 12 over 100. Then we have A equal to P bracket 1 plus 0.12. That's for this. Then A will be equal to P bracket 1.12. So if we make P the subject formula, that will be the amount, which is 7,000 divided by 1.12. So let's see that. Let's see what that will result to. 7,000 divided by 1.12, and that will be 6,250, which is option B. For question number 10, we are told by selling 20 oranges for 135 kobo, a trader makes a profit 8%. What is his percentage gain or loss if he sells the same 20 oranges for 1.10, that is 1 naira 10 kobo? Okay, first thing first, we need to get the cost price for this, because he bought 20 oranges for a particular amount, and he sold it for 1.35. So let's say he bought it for X and he made X on its own. The cost price is 100%. If he makes a profit of 8%, that means the selling price is 108% of X, and this 108% of X, we've been told that is 1 naira 35 kobo. So from here we can figure out X. If we have 108 divided by 100, X equal to 1.35. If we make X the subject, X will be 1.35 times 100 divided by 108, and that will be 135 divided by 108. Let's see what that will result to. 135 divided by 108, so that will be 1.25. So that would be 1.25. So it implies that I bought it for 1.25. Now if we bought it for 1.1 naira 25 kobo and he now sold it for 1 naira 10 kobo, that implies that he has made a loss. He has made a loss. So if we subtract 1.10 from this, we will have 5, we will have 1, we have, that means he made a loss of 15 kobo. The loss 0.15 divided by the cost price 1.25 times 100 should give us our answer. So therefore we will be having 0.15 divided by 1.25 then times 100. Of course that would be 12%. So that amounts to 12 percentage. So our answer is option C.